Hey there, Regina Amler here, and it's time for the AI Spotlight. And this week we are talking about AI workflows. And one of those things that pretty much all of us have to do, especially if you're a coach or a consultant, is scheduling. And a lot of people use a tool called Calendly. And I didn't know if you all know, Calendly is actually has AI integrated into it. Pretty much all of our tools have AI integrated into them now, and so does Calendly. So if you're not using Calendly, if you're just getting set up, or maybe you just installed Calendly or just set up the app for the first time, I wanted to go through some information about Calendly and how it can actually help you save time in your week by helping you with some of those scheduling tasks. Because it's one of the biggest time wasters that we have is scheduling meetings. If you've ever gone back and forth with somebody saying, "Oh, hey, I have Monday and Tuesday available. How about you? Do you have this time available?" And you go back and forth and back and forth. Well, I actually want to show you how you can make that better by using Calendly. So we talked about it on Tuesday on Tips and Tricks Tuesday, but now I actually want to show you how to do it out here. So let me share my screen. There we go. So this is Calendly, and what I did was I set up a brand new Calendly under a different email address so that it would be just like you if you're starting out. There's a free version of Calendly. It allows you one calendar. So as opposed to having the paid version where you can have multiple calendars, this just allows you one calendar, but you can use Calendly for free and its features. You just only have the one calendar option. So out here in Calendly, let's talk a little bit. Well, actually, let's talk a little bit about Calendly and what it does with AI. Because as of early this year, there's some new features that are native to the program itself. One of them is the Calendly note taker. So it automatically records, transcribes, and summarizes meetings. So if you're using maybe Otter AI or Read AI or Fathom or something like that, did you know that Calendly now has a note taker in it? It also has a beta version of an AI assistant, which is a chat-based assistant. So you can ask questions about scheduling. So if you have something like, summarize my last 3 meetings with Sally, and it will go in and actually create a summary for you. If you want action items, what are the top 3 action items that came up in my meeting with Mary? So when you use it, there's actually this AI assistant now that, again, it's in beta, but it will actually help you with all of this information. And then there is this predictive scheduling piece that it added in about analyzing the past patterns and user preferences to suggest, the optimal meeting times, and to handle any conflicts that you might have. So out here, let's talk a little bit about security too, because I'm a big uh, I'm a big security person. So data from Calendly does not get sold, or it's not used to train AI models. So as opposed to something like ChatGPT, Claude, if you're using those apps, especially if you're using the free version, the stuff that's going in there is used to train the model. Calendly doesn't do that. It's powered by the LLMs, the large language models from OpenAI. So that's where it's getting the AI stuff. And while you can't necessarily opt out of using the AI features, if you're saying, but I'm not an AI person, I don't like AI. Well, first off, get used to it because it's here to stay. So you might want to start poking at it if you're not using it. But if you are using it and you're concerned and you're like, yeah, but I use this, so I don't want to opt out of this, it doesn't necessarily let you opt out of the features, but you can choose not to use them. And then integration, there's AI tools that work in the Calendly platform that help you if you have those third-party note takers and stuff like that, it will help you integrate things. All right, so back to our little demo here. All right, so I set up a brand new Calendly on a different email. So I can show you exactly what it's going to look like for you if you go in and set one up for the first time. And so I'm going to say I'm going to do this on my own. When you put in an ID and a password, so you go in, the first screen is a new user, so set up your account. So I set it up with an email, and then you come to this screen. How do you plan to use it? It starts asking you some questions. What is your role? I'm going to say consulting. And you just answer these questions with what makes sense to you. And then it asks you what calendars you want to connect with. Now, Calendly, I use Calendly. It's already connected. So I'm going to say next. It's already connected to my Google Calendar. When are you available? Default, we've got 9 to 5. If you want to change your times and say, you know what, I'm not available on Mondays, I'm not available on Fridays, I'm available Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 to 5. Next. How do you want to meet with people? I want to meet with people in Zoom. I want to meet with them Google Meet, Teams, in person, phone call. You can set it up and say connect Zoom. I'm going to say phone call. And I'm going to say I will call my invitee. Now, most people are going to do Zoom or something like that. I just don't want to connect Zoom. I already have Zoom connected to Calendly in another app. So, and then on another email. So I don't want to connect it again, but you might want to connect your Zoom on there. I'm going to say phone call for this. And then add Calendly note taker to your meetings. This is where you can add this in. And you say continue. And now it's going to go and it's going to set everything up for you. Now, once it gets set up, it's thinking about it. So here we have this 30-minute meeting automatically set up. And if I want to view the landing page, so I haven't done anything yet, right? So view the landing page, here's what it looks like. So when somebody comes to you, automatically, now you have a calendar set up. And I don't know why it didn't just go straight to the calendar, because usually it does. But here's the calendar. So 30-minute meeting, phone call, and it tells you the times. So now you're not playing phone tag with people going, or email tag with people saying, oh, okay, well, I'm available on Tuesday at 3, but not Thursday at 4. So which time works best for you? Oh, neither of those times work good for me. Are you available on Friday at 2? Instead of those emails going back and forth, this takes care of that for it. Let's just schedule on open time on your calendar. So we're going to go back to our main calendar here. Oh, that's over here. So let me close that. So close that out. Now you can go in and you can edit this calendar. So you can go in and change it around. So maybe you do want to change the language depending on who you're working with. I do have some folks who are bilingual and they do meet with people who speak Spanish or another language. And, maybe they're from Canada and they speak French. And so you could actually change the language on here as well. Edit the permissions. You can do all kinds of things with this. And location, if you decide you want to change the location, you can go in and change the location by adding one here. You can, we got the duration, we got the location, the availability, the host. All of this information is right there. Setting up the rules, if there's payment, if these are paid meetings that they're coming up with you for, you can attach this to Stripe, you can attach it to PayPal. There's all kinds of different things you can do in here to help you save time. It creates a workflow for your scheduling. And because it has the little AI pieces running in the background there, it actually helps you save time with those meeting notes, those questions you want to ask about this meeting that you had that you want to get the summaries for, and all of that information. So when somebody books with you, what happens is they get a confirmation email directly from the system here. And that confirmation allows them to add it to their calendar. And they can add it in there. So again, those people who are constantly missing meetings because you went through email to schedule something and they didn't have that little button that says add to my calendar. And so they didn't. And then they said, well, it wasn't in my calendar. And I don't know about you, but if it's not in my calendar, it doesn't happen. So it automatically helps you make sure that they add it to their calendar. They get an email, they can add it to their Outlook calendar, their Google calendar. They can add it in so that they don't miss the meetings and it comes up. You can customize the invite. You can add a short description. You can add some questions. When somebody books, if you want to ask them questions about the booking, how did you find me? If it's for like a discovery call, how did you find me? What is your business? Do you have a website? You can ask questions so that when you get the meeting notification saying that so-and-so booked with you, it actually has a bunch of information in it. So there's a whole bunch of different things that we can go through in here. And if we have the meetings, it's actually showing you meetings on my calendar. Recaps are in here. So once you have your first meeting, you can have the Calendly note taker turned on. Once you have the meeting, it will actually give you the recap there. Your availability is here. Contacts are here. Other workflows. And again, we're talking about workflows and AI workflows. So Calendly, it's kind of like a hybrid. So it's kind of like manual and AI hybrid. So, email reminder to invitee, text cancellation, notification to host, send a thank you email. You can add this stuff. This one's on automatically. This is the one that sends out that email that says, hey, you're scheduled. And then here's a reminder. You're going to meet with Regina in an hour. So it will send you information. You can add text cancellation notification to host. Keep hosts up to date with canceled events. You can add that to the workflow. You can add a thank you email. There are a whole bunch of other workflows that are in here that you can add in to make this seamless when you are setting up your meetings and doing your scheduling, instead of you having to manually do it. Set up the workflow once and just let it run every time somebody wants to book with you. Reminder to somebody else, request a follow-up meeting, your feedback survey, no shows to book a new time, text reminder to host, follow up to someone else, text booking confirmation. So there's all these different workflows that are already built in to this app. And then you have the AI integration on top of it to help make things more seamless for you. So if scheduling is one of those things where it's one of the basic things we all do. So if it's one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, I'm one of those people. I send the emails out and we go back and forth to figure out what the best time is. If that's you, free Calendly account, set it up, put the meeting out there, and just use that and see how it works for you. Set up the workflows, set up the information. If you want people to text you, if you want text messages, the SMS messages, or if you just want emails or whatever you want, you can set it all up right in here on the free account, get you started, and make it so that it's easier to book and schedule and completely take that off your plate. So that's what I wanted to show you today about AI workflows and Calendly. Again, it's kind of a merge. It's kind of a combo of some of it's just Calendly, the app, but there's the AI integration in the background. That's what I just wanted to show you so that you can come out here, create this, and save yourself a boatload of time by setting up a workflow that does all of your scheduling for you. So if you have any questions about any of that, absolutely feel free to comment below. If you say, okay, can you go into more detail about whatever, about changing the meeting up, about changing emails, about changing the information that goes out. We could drill down into the weeds of Calendly, but this is just the overview of how to use it and set up those workflows to make your life so much easier when it comes to scheduling. So that's what I got for you on the AI Spotlight today. We will see you next time. Bye for now.